Okay, so I'm out here. It's Tractor Boy 2727, aka L Farm Mall Restoration, and I'm working on the old Oliver that I just bought. Still at the original owner's house. Well, not the original owner, but the previous owner's house, using some of his tools. Because right now I can't take her down the road because, well, there's one problem: it doesn't charge. I did put a tune-up kit on it. That's why the wires look new. And change the oil on it. But also, the main thing, the problem is this. She doesn't have brakes, so I can't take it home. Therefore, I can't load it on a trailer because, well, it'd be kind of bad if it went fast over the trailer and went over the front of it, and which the farm all has almost done. So I'm not taking chances. But basically, all I've had to do is change the oil on this. It does run, and maybe I'll make a video on it later of it running, because I did tune it up and it runs a hell of a lot better than it did. So there's an old John Deere B there and a Farmall Cub way over there. He wants to get rid of all these tractors, so if you're in northern Michigan, Butch Ferguson is the guy to call. But I couldn't really find any good videos at all on the brakes on an Oliver 66, 77, or 88. And it really kind of sucked because I went into this not knowing what the hell I was doing. So I basically, well, I didn't have brakes, so I was like, well, I'm going to tear this apart because I kind of have to. Tractor show's coming up and whatnot, and kind of need brakes. So, because the show's on a hill, and it'd be kind of bad just to ride the clutch to keep it still, which is really stupid to do. So, the basic rundown is, you're going to remove this cover, and this stud actually came out, but you remove the bolts off, remove the nuts off of the studs here. I don't know, it's not picking it up. Oh, there it goes. But you remove the bolts off the stud. This stud goes right in here. This is actually a whole stud that came out. You take this cover off. After this cover, well, before you take this cover off, you have this linkage here, and that goes to a piece down here. It's like a little lever thing, cast iron piece that comes out, and you have to remove that, which those can be tricky, but this one was pretty easy because, show you, I've been trying to free up the system, which I did finally get. This is this cast iron piece. You remove this bolt here. This is a cast iron piece. Remove the bolt here, slide this off this shaft, and there's a brake drum right here. I'll get to that in a minute. You take that off, and then you get, with your brake drum and everything, scrape the gunk out of here. I still have quite a bit to do. There's all that on the ground. So you take that off. Then there's these 4 or 5, maybe yours has 6 or 3 or around there plates. They're just like shims, and they basically hold the brakes in. And then after that, this is where I lost it. I didn't know what I was doing here. Don't try tapping on the pins there. There's 2 like big bubbles, and it's a shaft, and it controls the brake. Controls the brakes. The next thing you have to do is there's this, which this part right here, this big nut right there, screws into there. You have to take this washer, and I think you can tell already, I bent them back. You have to take this washer and bend the little things back because they do flip over this. And then I just took a big thing like that. They shouldn't be on very tight, and it just kind of, I just kind of fit it on there, pulled this, screwed that off, then pulled that off, and then you get to your brakes, which by then I put that little cast iron shaft back on and loosely put it back on like I have exampled right here, identical to right here. And then I started slowly pounding and wiggling the whole brake system, and this drum rides on, has the keyway there, and then finally the whole thing will come apart, and then you can proceed from there to either remove this, I don't think you can. I think it's all one unit, except for this caliper thing here. I think this whole spline thing's one unit, or you can get new cloths. Looks like their cloth is riveted on. But you splice this, or you pull this off, and then I finally am getting mine free, but don't have it free quite yet. I was going to yank on it, but vise fell apart there. Vise came loose. So that's basically it. Then you want to scrape all your gunk and crap out of there and inspect your thing here, your drum, for real grooves. If you don't have any real grooves, most of the time, like see this, I'm putting this back together because there's plenty of pad left there. There's about 3/16, and which with a tractor, it's not like a car. You don't use the pads every day. So basically what I do on my tractors is let out the clutch early. Then when the thing, like if it's rolling up a hill, I put the brake, I let it stop and then hit the brakes right then. And that way I don't even use the pad. I don't roll when I use the pad, or I skid the tires a little bit. You know what I mean? Just so that I don't have to replace the pads because they are quite expensive for an old tractor. But that's basically the rundown of an Oliver 77 or 66, 88, 55, 44. Probably I'm guessing 55 and 44. I'm pretty sure the 66, 77, 88 have the same. But that's the old update. I got to do the left one still. But now that I know how to do them, I'm going to free these suckers right up. Make sure this is you don't really need acetylene. You can use it, but I left the owner left the tanks there. He said I could use it if I want to, but I just used a propane tank here, a little butane, propane, whatever. You could use some MAP gas. That might even work a little better, but you don't really want to get it too hot because I actually started catching this cloth brake right here, the pad, on fire. So yeah, be careful. Other than that, this is Tractor Boy 2727 signing out. If you like this video, if it helped you out, comment, rate, subscribe. Yeah, do all that stuff, and you get ready to see more videos on the future in this. Later, guys. Bye.